You are now dialed in with the Dial Brothers.
Good morning, Dialed In fam. This is episode 9 of season 2 of the Dialed In Show. Good morning, Steven. How you doing?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm
You look like
good.
you're in a good mood.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for the most part. How was your, huh?
I said, okay.
How was your week since last week's episode?
Man, it's busy, just busy, just busy. You know, the president keeps things interesting. We'll talk about that later. But busy. Clearly, you're wearing something. What are you
Yeah,
wearing? You just wanted to do that, huh?
yeah. Look, never mind. I was about to say, I make sure every time I bite these is a very gentle bite because these teeth, I gotta protect them. I can't have no dental issues right now.
Because in the worst of your day, you got enough bombs ready to go off. That's another story for another day.
Right, right. But no, it was fun out there with all those who was running at the Publix. Well, there were people who ran 5K, people who ran 10K, people who ran half marathon, and
Mhm.
people who ran full marathon. But it was fun. I'm really enjoying it. It was fun.
That's good. That's good.
Hopefully, not hopefully I will. Next episode, y'all will see me with a different medal from this weekend.
Oh, so you just gonna wear one every
Well, now, first of all, I do it for the medals. That's my favorite part. You cross that finish line and they hand you one of those medals. It's just
Mhm.
a great feeling.
You just want a trophy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then when you walking away, everybody's telling you congratulations. And it's a great feeling. I think everybody should feel like that at least once a month, at
Mhm.
least. But um, yeah, I've got a whole schedule kind of planned out where almost every weekend I'm running one. But
Oh,
there's I unfortunately, the smaller you get, the smaller the races are, the less like some you don't get medals. Um some of them you don't even get a shirt. It just so but the bigger ones you definitely do. I've even got a couple out of town ones I'm thinking about going to.
wow. Okay. Cool. 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 Well, let's jump right into the show. You're talking about 5Ks. I guess starting on this is not healthy. You said you like the little this is this or that or one has to go. So this is this week's one has to go, you guys. Dessert, barbecue, seafood, or soul food. Mine is easy.
Ours is the same.
I don't think so.
I'm almost certain it is.
I already said on three. One, two, three. Seafood.
Seafood.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
shocked. Oh.
Now, here's the issue. I love all of them.
Well, duh.
Yeah, but you don't love seafood.
I've been eating it more since living in Texas, and that's weird because I ain't about no water. But since living in Texas, I've been eating it more.
Mm. Yeah. So because one has to go, desserts is not an option. That's
I, I knew you weren't gonna say that.
yeah, dessert. That's not an option. That shouldn't even be on the list. That's not an
Hmm.
option.
Hmm.
Soul food is my number two. Soul food can't go. So for me, it was a tough decision between barbecue and seafood.
Mm.
What was your like? What if you had to give up one of the other ones? What would it be?
I guess barbecue because soul food to get me by, and I gotta have desserts. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think sometimes people might think that I just sit and eat a pint of ice cream. It's not like that. I just need a little something consistently. I don't eat
Well,
a
I thought
lot.
you were about to say the black saying, I need something sweet.
Oh,
Why do we
yeah,
say
something
that?
sweet before you go to sleep.
Well, it ain't got to be before you go to sleep. I'm just saying, why do black people say I need something sweet?
Lately, I've been getting up about 9, 10, 11 at night
Hmm.
eating a bowl of cereal.
Cereal does nothing for me. It doesn't fill me up. It does nothing for me. Like maybe nostalgia, but we didn't grow up eating cereal either. So it's like if I'm eating a bowl of cereal, I'm kind of down bad.
That's peasant food for you.
I'm just
You-
cereal, it doesn't make me full. Like, I'm not gonna eat a bowl of cereal and be like, all right, I'm ready for the day. Like, heck
Well,
no.
maybe you need to eat two. It's
It's just
it's
what is it? It's
now
that
I remember growing up eating Frosted Flakes because I vividly remember I would cut bananas and strawberries up in it.
that
But
must have been after me because we ain't eating no
yeah,
doggone cereal in the morning.
yeah, I don't think you were around. But it was definitely the bananas and strawberries, and I would put sugar on them. And the where I really got into cereal was when I was living with our grandparents. They
Mhm.
ate cereal all the time, but would do
Really? See, that
almost
shocks
every
me
day.
that
Yeah.
they ate cereal because I just don't see them as eating cereal in the morning.
Well, but here's now I ain't eat the kind they ate. She would buy me and twins different, like the more flavorful kind. They would
What
eat
they eat? Raisin Bran or something?
or yeah, and like Cheerios. Uh
Um,
yeah, no, I don't like that. But
hmm.
what I had to adjust to was man, and thinking back on it, they would eat. I'm talking about when it came to breakfast.
Mm.
They would really eat.
That's what I'm saying. So, like,
When
it shocked me that they eat cereal.
But this what I'm saying. When I was growing up, because
Mhm,
for context, for those who don't know, but obviously Steven and I are 8 years apart. So
mhm.
there was some differences between when he was 8, for example, and when I was 8.
Right.
Uh when I was growing up, so Steven had to speak for himself, but when I was growing up, you if there was cereal for breakfast, that was the breakfast. If there was grits and eggs and sausage for breakfast, that was the breakfast.
Mhm.
When I went to Alabama and was living with Granny and Granddaddy, cereal went along with your sausage and eggs and toast. And
What?
yeah, and
No,
I had to adjust to that because it's like I
I
wasn't
know
used to
you was in
eating
the
all of
bathroom.
that together.
I know you was in the bathroom. That's
No.
Jesus.
But
So you did
yeah,
cereal and grits and eggs and bacon?
probably not all the time grits, but definitely
Oh.
eggs and bacon and toast. Yeah. Yeah.
So cereal was a side. It was not the main dish.
I guess, or I mean, but we definitely ate all of it. And I mean, regularly she would sit the box of cereal on the table.
Or
The-
was it like you can either eat this eggs
No,
and bacon or you can eat the
no,
cereal?
no. You had your bowl of
Mhm.
cereal and you had your plate with eggs and meat and toast, hey, how many of y'all? And I don't know, all races and stuff might do this. I don't know, but I've never seen our other friends and do it. How many of y'all grew up and your morning breakfast bread was hot dog buns with butter that you put in the skillet?
Look, you gotta make do with what you have. Literally, I ate dinner Monday night and
Mhm.
I didn't have sliced bread and I ate a hot dog bun because I had
Yeah.
hot dog buns left. It's still bread.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I don't know, does everybody do that? Y'all let us know in
No,
the comments.
everyone don't do that.
Does everybody do that? Because we definitely grew up. Hey,
It's
them
bread.
butter hot dog buns hit different.
I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's bread.
You
Like,
know what it is? And I just thought about this, and you might disagree. Those were Hawaiian rolls before Hawaiian rolls became a thing.
mhm.
They really were. Because and you can't now. I don't know how you feel about this. I like mine to be soft. I don't like
Yeah,
it
yeah,
be hard. Because sometimes
mhm.
you get and people do and they be hard. I don't necessarily want it hard.
Yeah. You basically just want it warmed up, basically, with some butter
Kinda.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want even though this would be good back then, I would sure eat it. But I don't want the lunchroom uh brick slice of bread with the cheese on it that didn't really melt in the thing.
Mm,
Did
mm-mm.
y'all I remember being whatchamacallit and getting that. You don't remember that?
I forgot what we ate before school.
No, I'm talking about at school.
Oh, you did for lunch?
Sometimes I feel like we would get for lunch if it was like spaghetti
Like
day
a
or something
grilled
like that.
cheese sandwich?
Huh?
Like a grilled cheese sandwich?
No, if you get just one slice, okay, just think of a pan that you could cook, like put a bunch of stuff in,
Mhm.
and you lay it out with slices of bread from a loaf.
Okay.
and you put a slice of sandwich cheese on each slice of bread, and I think they put it in the oven. Y'all put it in the comments.
Like
Y'all know what I'm talking
cheese
about.
bread?
Cheese, yeah, it's like toast with cheese on it.
No, I do not recall that.
What?
No.
Man,
Just
and
a slice of bread with cheese on it, and it went with your meal? So it
yeah.
wasn't butter, it was cheese.
No, I mean, I don't know if butter was on it, but no, it was cheese.
No, I ain't had that, man.
Listen, again, for context, because Steven and I both went to private school. So I don't know how it was in public school. But we and again, there's 8-year difference. I don't know what it was like when you was there.
Mhm.
But I'll never forget in like elementary, middle school, we loved when it was spaghetti day because often on spaghetti days, they let us get seconds because they would just keep giving to you till it ran out.
Mm.
But other days you couldn't get seconds. And
Mhm.
I just remember spaghetti days would be happy because you could go get another plate.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that. I mean, I remember spaghetti days. Just like in college, you wouldn't know this, but just like in college,
I know what you about to say.
You look forward to certain days.
Fried chicken day, all that
Fried chicken
stuff.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
But you weren't on that meal plan, so
No. Mm-mm.
you were on your grandmother's meal plan. Well, must be
Yep,
nice.
got 2 meals a day, breakfast and dinner, and clothes washed and all kinds of things like that. Things of that
Yeah.
nature. That's what
Yeah.
Daddy would say.
Yeah. All right. So I already know your answer on this. So a group of celebrity women are going to space. The date has not been announced yet, but the flight crew has. It includes CBS morning anchor Gayle King, singer Katy Perry, I believe it's Jeff Bezos' wife, and some other women. Would you, if you were proposed with this, would you go up and come back down? Now they ain't landing on the moon or nothing. They're just going up and coming back down. Would you
Not
would you go if they offered it to you?
no. You couldn't even pay me to do that.
Really?
No. First of all, I'm not a conspiracy theorist on many things.
Now we've gone into space, Micah.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist. You made me forget what I'm trying to say now. On many things, but this is one thing that I am. These folk not going up into space.
They are going into space. Now we are on the same page with the whole moon crap. Cause how you go to the moon before we get doggone cell phones, but we ain't been back. Tell me that.
It's a whole lot of yeah. So that whole moon stuff is
okay, but going into space, people have gone into space. That is a fact.
They say we went to the moon is a fact.
Okay, people regularly go into space and other countries, so it's not a worldwide gotcha story.
Not to get off topic. It's still on topic, but I'm saying I'm not trying to get to him yet. But now, what's this Trump talking about that Biden left some people up in space and he gonna bring them back?
The crew that went up now might be a couple of months ago. They were supposed to come back, and something was wrong with their like gear or something, so they can't come back. So they're just chilling at the International Space Station. But like for some reason, they're like there for like months.
Yeah,
Like
because Elon said he gonna bring them back.
Yeah, no, that's an accurate story. I mean, it ain't Trump's fault. I mean, Biden or Trump's fault, but
no, I just said Trump said Biden.
I know something went wrong with their stuff, and they can't get back.
So to answer the question, no, I would not go. And I'm about to tell you something else too. But would you go?
I don't know. Depending on my age, and I actually would consider it, especially if I ain't paying for it.
Okay, right now, your age now, would you go?
Yeah. And if I die, at least y'all will get some money.
Why would we get money? You signed up. I'm pretty sure they signing stuff saying this stuff blow up. It's just on you. Look, this is what I know is already taking place. If not for anybody else, definitely for Gayle King. And I don't know, they haven't released a date or anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
But just like how for years these news stations already had Jimmy Carter videos and stuff pulled together for his funeral,
Mm-hmm.
when they set a date for this, they gonna go ahead and start putting this stuff together for Gail. They gonna say, go ahead and make the videos and make the in memory of, make all that. So all we're gonna have to do is add the date to it. That's all we're gonna have to do. They gonna start making that stuff up for Gail because they say Gail might not come back.
You said they're gonna have Oprah narrate.
Look, I was about to say Oprah is probably telling Gail, you crazy.
They're just going up and coming back.
Nah,
You would not do it.
no,
If it was free.
No, we are regressing in society right now. Planes falling out the sky. You think I'm about to go to space? No.
What do you mean so-called? Let's clarify this. People have gone to space. It is a fact. We agree on the moon crap. People have gone to space. That is not debatable. It's not. Other countries are also in space. It's not a big worldwide lie.
And I think it's no offense to astronauts. No offense to, is it called SpaceX or whatever? What is the or
Space
not space
Force. Get to
Space
your point.
Force is, yeah, I think SpaceX is something with Elon Musk. No offense to any of them people, and you been a little kid growing up saying you want to be an astronaut and all that mess. No offense to them. But I think we wasting our time. I think
You think we shouldn't discover the unknown?
I think we got a whole lot of other stuff we should be worried about.
Yeah, you chew gum and walk at the same time. You do other things.
Yeah, but certain gum you ain't got chew. Like,
so we just supposed to not explore
how about
how we just sitting in the sky.
How about and really some of this stuff is political, some of this stuff it's because of money. I don't give a crap about what's beyond the sky.
Why?
Heaven.
Some may be coming to get you.
Other than
you don't think there's
what
other.
You should be.
You don't think there's other life?
If there is, it ain't bothering me. What you should be worried about? Find a cure to cancer.
They are working on that. Them two separate people. People
I know what I'm saying, but
space and people who looking at cancer, that's two different jobs.
But I guess what I'm saying is, and this opens up a whole other can of worms. When I'm talking about federal dollars, if I was president, I tell y'all now, future president Micah, unless somebody could really come and change my mind, we talking about cutting costs, cutting expenses. I'm cutting the crap out of that Space Force budget. Because what the heck? Who?
Yeah.
No, that's we just having fun with our money now.
You know how much money we spend on our defense budget, our military budget?
Oh yeah. But and I know that can be, a
touchy subject. Huh?
Yes. I don't see a problem with it.
You gotta stay ready.
You're right. I don't see a problem with it. Because
also, I'm pretty sure we can make a cut there somewhere.
Oh yeah, there's just like somebody said, I believe it was a Democrat senator, if I'm not mistaken. I was watching an interview, I think, who said the Department of Defense, the past 7 audits, they have not completed them, or they've not. It's not gone through.
Yeah.
So that proves that somebody's hiding something. That if you can't pass an audit. And not just you didn't pass this last one. They say the past 7. So I do think there's a lot of inefficiencies and stuff like that. But do I still think that we should prioritize the defense budget? Yes, because
yes,
we are the world's
does it have to be as big as it is?
We are the world's target. Nobody likes us. If we honest about it.
Yeah,
nobody.
They tolerate us. They don't like us.
Yeah.
It's a necessary evil. Well, just like China is our enemy, yet we get so much from them. It's weird.
Oh yeah, because now when it comes
to
money,
they are our enemy, and we rely on them, and they rely on us. It's so weird.
Yeah, because when it comes to money, though, I don't like you, but we can work together for this money. But if you go, we'll start putting your pictures and stuff together as well, because I would sure hate for you to be like those people, and may they rest in peace, the ones who years ago it went up and just boom.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but Elon, to not keep talking about him, but he claims, him and others, that we're getting closer and closer to where it can be a regular thing, like for people to.
You would think in 2025 we would be, but I mean, growing up, we thought, by 2025 we'll have flying cars or something, and we ain't got that yet. Now we
And
have more electric cars, but
I don't think we'll ever have flying cars,
yeah.
especially not just for everyday
How do you
Americans.
navigate traffic and stuff like air
Right.
traffic with planes? Wow.
Man, not only would it cause so many accidents, but an accident in the air, you got to fall somewhere. You just in your backyard barbecuing and a car just fall out the sky on top of you. Yeah,
There would be a
nah.
lot of regulations, and like you said, average people wouldn't have no money for no flying car.
And we can't drive cars on the road. So what make you think they're gonna drive good in the air?
Because the
Fly.
regular people are still gonna be driving on the road, and the people with money are gonna be in the air.
And I guess at that point you would have to go to flight school to have a flying car. You
Yeah.
flying?
Well, it depends on how high you're flying. Like you ain't 40,000 feet in the sky.
Clearly, when they're not far from the runway, they hit each other. So I don't think
It's just a downtime for airlines, man. It's just downtime, man.
it's weekly.
I might have to try Spirit Airlines.
It's weekly now. Now I think more than ever, people probably did a lot around 9/11 and stuff like that. But I think now more than ever, when people say, "Pray for me, I'm about to fly," it's like, I'm gonna say pray for real, because this stuff not going well.
I need people to be scared to fly so these prices go down. These prices need to go down.
I don't, and I don't know this for sure, but it doesn't seem like people have stopped flying.
No, you gotta fly. You can't drive everywhere.
Those who gotta fly, gotta fly.
Yeah,
I ain't
so
going nowhere.
they're gonna be just fine. They're gonna be just fine. You mentioned, you mentioned. I forgot. There's something about money that I was gonna bring up that's not in our rundown, but now I can't think of it. All right, so I'll keep moving with it because I can't think of what I was gonna say. So all right, I guess this is a cute story, but if me or you would do this, I think we would have gotten in trouble. This little kid called 911 and said it was an emergency for donuts. And later the police department brought him donuts. But is that really what we want our kids to do? Like,
Was he white?
he was not black. Is that really what we want? Like, because then he's gonna think that's a normal thing to call 911 and say, emergency, I want donuts. Your thoughts?
And again, not to make everything be about race, but race in this case matters.
And I believe this was in Oklahoma or Arkansas.
See, all the more reason why it matters. Because
Oklahoma.
I think in certain places, depending on the race, the parents would have handled it a certain way, and the police officer would have handled it a certain way. I think, our lighter brothers and sisters, parent and police in certain places would, haha, this is funny. Yeah, police go bring them some donuts. Okay. They look, like us or darker. The parent ain't gonna think that mess funny because you got police coming to my house. And the police ain't gonna think it's funny. In fact, somebody might get in trouble.
Right.
You playing with police with calling 911. So I mean, if it were my child, no, it's not funny.
Yeah,
it's not funny. And you've got to make sure they know that it's not funny, because what if they do it again?
Right. I'm not saying give them a whooping. I think the kid in the video may have been like 3 or
Mm.
4. But you gotta let them know that, like, that. All right, like, don't do that again. Like,
Look,
and then bringing him donuts kind of makes him think,
yeah,
oh, shoot, all I gotta do is call
right.
911.
He got speed dial for donuts. Look, and you remember speed dial?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. We have a cousin. I mean, we have many cousins, but our grandmother on our dad's side, she taught her grandson. I was about to say great grandson, but she taught her grandson, which is our cousin, who at the time might have been 5 or 6, something like that. She taught him how to call 911.
Mm-hmm.
And she said if anything ever happens to grandma, because sometimes he would be there with her by herself. And she said if anything ever happens to grandma, or if anybody comes and tries to hurt us,
Mm-hmm.
call 911. Well, one day he was in trouble with her and she spanked him.
Mm-hmm.
He went in the other room and called 911 and said his grandma was beating him because and the police came. And he said, you said if somebody tried to hurt me to call 911. And so, she explains to the police and they thought it was funny, and nobody
Well, yeah,
got in
she
trouble.
also was old, so it's
Yeah,
like,
she was very old. She had to have been in her 80s or early 80s at that time. But
oh man,
yeah. But he said you said if somebody hurt me, call 911.
wow,
Yeah. But
yeah.
y'all, I was about to say don't teach your kids to call 911, but I mean I guess maybe you
Well, you
should.
gotta teach them to call 911. And honestly, technology now, they just don't know. They watch the YouTube videos and stuff. Like,
Yeah. But I guess you need to explain to them good reasons to call and
mhm,
bad reasons to call. Because really the what you call operators and the police, they could get in trouble if they don't respond.
mhm,
Like even if they think this is a joke, they
mhm.
still supposed to respond because what if it's something serious?
Well, I don't think you're supposed to respond to emergency donuts.
Well, but what if let's say okay, this kid was really I would say 3 o'clock, 3 years old.
They are.
Maybe he doesn't know how to verbalize what's going on. Maybe he knows the word emergency and the fight his mom and daddy got in was over a donut. And so he's saying emergency donuts. And then you don't respond and his
Yeah,
mama
I
get
mean,
killed.
they probably sent a patrol car, but it wasn't like flashing lights emergency. They probably said, "Hey, when you got time, can you go by this address?"
You can't say that here where I live because they take long anyway.
Man, I was laughing at the reaction to the post about the Waffle House. Can't eat inside. Some people were saying in Memphis and other places, they were like, "Yeah, you can't go in at night." That's
It breaks my heart. That's horrible. How can you? I was in Waffle House the other day and I asked them, I said, you think y'all gonna ever open back up at night? He said, around here, probably not.
mm, that's crazy. But I bet you they save money though, because they probably ain't got as many people working in there.
But like I said last week, it doesn't make sense because you still can come in.
Mhm.
That don't make sense to me.
And it's not like, well, some of them do, but it's not like they have a cop there that will kick you out if you're being unruly. Like,
Mm. So I
mm,
don't get it. But where at your local Waffle House can you go in at night?
probably the closest one to me, probably yeah. But in other spots of Dallas, probably no. But I also have not been to Waffle House at night in Texas, and maybe anytime I've been here at night. Now I've been in other places, like when I went to Charleston for a bachelor party, we went to Waffle House at the end of the night. But
And
that
it
was
was
Charleston.
open?
Yeah, it was packed.
Well, that's how it's supposed to
Yeah,
be.
yeah. Yeah.
That's Waffle House. I don't know. And I think it's just a shame. To me, close all of them at night. Don't just close the one by my house.
That's
Like,
true. Be consistent, right?
yeah. Like that. I feel we already have issues that we have. But
Hmm.
now you forcing it on me to feel that I'm in a what y'all consider to be an unsafe area.
Hmm.
And it's not even that bad. We're not even in the bad part, like
I know.
bad part.
Well, it is. It has declined, but yeah, not you're not still not in the hood. No.
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 I don't know. I need to write a strongly worded letter to Waffle House corporate and
Mm.
say, I feel that y'all are discriminating against my community. And they
And
gonna say,
they're gonna say, "Would you like to provide security for our staff? Would you like to pay that bill?" I mean,
yeah,
because the real thing is, it's out of protection for the employees. That's the intent. That's the intent. It ain't to save money because Waffle House makes money. It's the intent is to protect the employees from possible situations. And the Waffle House by you, it ain't like it's by no club or bar or nothing like that. So it's yeah, yeah, yeah,
no, it's literally the one I went to the other day. It's between a church and a Planet
mhm,
Fitness.
yeah.
And or it's not Planet Fitness, it's some gym.
Hmm.
So it's just I don't understand that. And to me, things have to make sense. I think I still wouldn't like it, but use the to go window at night then. Don't let me come inside.
Hmm.
Because you let me come
See,
inside and
I've
order,
never seen a Waffle House with a to-go window.
you haven't?
Mm.
Well, I guess I'm just used to it. All
Or
these
I just
over
don't pay
here,
attention. But no.
all these over here have them. Is they installed them during COVID. It but now they don't use them.
Hmm.
They just as soon as you get your food at night, you got to go.
Wow. All right, to round out our show, of course, we got to talk about politics. Did you see? Well, duh, you saw. But what did you think of that conversation in the Oval Office?
First of all, JD is about to be such an instigator over the next 4 years.
Yeah, he kind of stoked the flames there, huh?
Yeah, he started all that for no reason. I mean, now he might have had a reason to just make mess,
Hmm.
but it was he was being petty. I'm talking about JD Vance, our vice president. Um, to be honest with you, Trump wasn't even on no
Right.
mess at first.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
He got either baited into it or it was planned. one
yeah,
one of the two.
yeah, it was JD that started it, and poor Volodymyr Zelensky, uh, he was sitting there kind of like,
And it takes him a little bit to understand
yeah,
American language for if it's too fast. And so he's probably like, I'm not playing cards.
yeah, yeah, that was funny. I'm like, now this is where I'm like, oh god, the culture difference is. I'm like, we about to get hung up on this one
You don't have
comment
the
of playing
cards.
cards.
You don't have the cards. I'm not playing
Yeah, he like, what the heck you talking about, President Trump? I ain't playing cards with y'all. But yeah, the whole idea, and it's just sickening watching Lindsey Graham and
Yeah,
Jim
it was crazy
Jordan.
because hours before Lindsey Graham and a bipartisan group of lawmakers was with Zelensky, like,
Mhm.
and like praising him and yada yada. And then hours later, yeah, I mean it's politics. Um, I'm happy. So I don't know if you watched this, but Zelensky had an interview scheduled with Fox News with Brett Baer
Mhm.
that same day, and he still did it. Um, and
And
so I'm
Brett
happy.
kept asking him, was he, and he wasn't answering him at first.
Yeah,
And then he finally was just like, no, I'm not gonna apologize. I ain't do nothing.
yeah. He said, I've said thank you multiple times."
Yeah. And then they getting petty now. Like Brett Baer talking about, well, would you wear a suit the next time you go? And he said, I'm not wearing a suit till the war is over.
Yeah.
Like it's
And if you watch Saturday Night Live, they definitely seized on it. Elon Musk does not wear a full suit
Hmm.
in the Oval Office. Or
Never seen him
t-shirt.
in the first cabinet meeting. He had on that shirt he be wearing. I'm not tech support.
Yeah. So it's a little do as I say, not as I do type thing. But yeah, well, so we tape this on Tuesdays. It's posted on Wednesday, so we don't know how it will go. But Tuesday night, President Trump will address Congress. It's not a State of the Union. The first time a president speaks, it's not called a State of the Union. It's just called a joint address. But this is going to be interesting to see what he says. And how Democrats react. Simone Sanders telling Democrats they shouldn't show up. You can take a stand and do things, but I think certain things you still should do. Like if the president is addressing Congress, I think you should still go. You ain't got to stand. You ain't got to clap. But you've been elected to represent your constituents, then represent your constituents. You can do other things to make a statement. I don't think not attending is like, oh, that's going to send a message. Like they don't care about you not being in there.
He said he posted on social media that it's going to be big. It's going to be big. So ain't no telling what this man's gonna say. It is he didn't there were no wars started under his first presidency.
You mean there were no wars already ongoing?
He ain't starting no war.
Well, Joe Biden didn't start a war. What you mean?
Well, but no war started under
That's the
Trump.
thing. There were no wars going on in the country, is what you're saying.
In the world,
I
like
mean, in the
that.
world. Yeah.
Yeah. This Ukraine stuff started under Biden.
Sure. Mhm.
That's a fact.
I'm saying, yes. Okay. Like, what
So
you?
my point is that that's something that he takes pride in.
Mhm,
Is that no wars started under him the first time. I don't
mhm,
see him making it out of this term without there being some type of either a new war or
mhm.
this stuff between Putin and Ukraine getting worse. Because and now he did say something that did make sense in the Oval Office meeting. He said, "Now I can't get out here and just badmouth Putin and then go talk to Putin and say, hey, I need you to do X, Y, Z." But what just drives me crazy is watching Mike Johnson and, like I said, Jim Jordan and all these people, and they'll call, or at least Mike Johnson did, will call Putin a dictator, will say that he needs to be defeated and all this other kind of stuff. And in the same breath, defend Trump's comments about Putin. It's like,
Yeah. Well, and some of it is strategy. Like he's saying, I didn't say it. They said it. So it's kind of like somebody got to be the bad guy, and he's trying to appear as like, oh, I'm willing to work with him, and then let his colleagues call him a dictator and a killer and all that stuff. Yeah, it's politics. Politics
because
is
Zelensky said something along the lines of, like, you right, I hate Putin.
right.
Like, he's a
What do you
murderer.
think he was gonna say? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's and JD talking about you need to, how dare you come in the Oval Office of the United States? First of all, JD, ain't but one Oval Office. You ain't have to say of the United States. Ain't no Oval Office of Great Britain or Mexico. He's about how dare you come in the Oval Office of the
Yeah.
United States and disrespect the president. He was just kissing
Well,
Donald.
and then it was funny, but then this when Trump kind of turned because JD was like, I don't think this should be played out in front of the American media, and Trump was like, actually, it should.
Yeah, yeah, that's where his old self kicked in. He
Yeah,
said
he
it's
was
gonna
like,
make for great TV.
yeah, he's like, I think you guys got enough. All right.
Yeah, he like Trump. Trump was. He said this is great.
Mhm.
He said
Yeah.
everybody about to be talking about us this week.
And
Yeah,
so
and
he just
like you
met
said,
the King of England this week.
now why when the prime minister came
And gave
and
him
was
the
saying,
letter.
yeah, and it was funny. Trump said, "Am I supposed to read this right now?" And but he said this has never happened.
It has not.
What, you being invited twice?
Yeah, because like now they have gone before, you know, to see the queen at the time more than once. Yeah, that happens,
Oh,
but a state visit, just like a state visit here, um, yeah, you only do that once. Like if you've been in, for our sake, 2 terms, like you still just get one state visit to London or
I
whatever.
really hate it because,
It was strategy though. He was trying to butter him up it publicly so that behind the scenes he could say some crap that he knew Trump wouldn't like.
but still, I hate it because it plays into the narrative that Trump, the picture that he paints,
Mhm.
that people respect him in ways that they don't respect other people. And
Yeah.
so it's just another chip that he can put on his shoulder. Like, see, they invited me back again, and they've never
Mhm.
done that before. And
This
so I just, it's like
strategy is they're trying to butter him up publicly so he
feeding
can
his
filter
ego.
it. Yeah, and make a deal behind closed doors. Because the real thing, and they were saying the prime minister, you know, and Trump even said it of like, you know, they're supposed to be our biggest ally. Trump hasn't mentioned them in any tariff talks, you know, and so he's like, shoot, hey, don't touch us, you know, like what I got to do to keep you calm. Um, and I was talking to someone about, and I didn't like, and this goes back to you talking about Lindsey Graham and others. And man, I've seen the evolution of Lindsey Graham from my first job in news. Lindsey, in his little press conference after the blow up in the White House, said, I told Zelensky Trump was in a good mood last night. Don't take the bait. Like, are you talking about a child? Like, why did he word it that way? He was in a good mood last night. What?
He also said that Zelensky should resign.
Yeah, I don't think he truly believes that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Proud to be an American. You know,
Hey, still rather be here than somewhere else.
oh yeah. Now I've been hearing a lot of people, you know, and as we get ready to close, you always hear the people who say, oh, I'm gonna go live somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
This past week, I talked to people who seriously have the means to move, like the money, who travel a lot, who do a lot of work internationally,
Mm-hmm.
who are like serious, like they really might move. And
What, you just gonna move for 4 years?
no, I think they talking about like permanently.
Mm.
Um, so if you have the money, and now how he's doing this or trying to do this whole thing about you pay the $5 million and you get this
Yeah.
thing to become a citizen.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's tough out here, man. It's tough out here.
Going.
These are because I shoot these episodes at church, and it smells, it's women perfume on here, and I'm like, where am I smelling this from? And it's on this paper.
The ink smells like perfume.
No, these are connection cards what we give to visitors for them to
Oh.
write. And I keep smelling something, and it's on the paper. It's on these cards.
Mm-hmm. Well, guys, that's it for this episode of the Dialed In Show. We'll see you same time, same place next week.
Y'all be good.